Hey guys, this is Vanngo. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have my friend Mayowa here and we create a look for you. It's the black smudgy graphic with the pop of color on the eye and a bright pinky lipstick. I hope you enjoy it. The look is quite strong. You can use your own judgment. Maybe a softer lipstick if you think that's too bright for you. Even on the eye, I do a lot of black, but you can do more thinner liner. You don't have to do both top and bottom. So just play with them. It's all about having fun, and that's what I did today. I hope you like the look. Give us some love. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow both of us on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for all the support. For any makeup, I always prep the skin really well. A little lip balm. This serum is for both face and eye, so you can pat everywhere. Okay. And some moisturizer. If you overhydrate the skin, you can use a tissue to blot off the extra excess moisturizer, or what I'm using right now is a makeup sponge, and I just take away some of the shine. For complexion today, I'm using Armani Luminous Silk Concealer and Laura Mercier Candle Glow Soft Luminous Foundation. Mayowa have incredible complexion, so you see I'm gonna use just a little bit foundation, mainly in the T-zone, and I use a foundation sponge. I blend it outward. For concealer, I put a little bit under the eye. To bridge the nose. A little bit of the part there. I'm using the same sponge that I use for foundation. I blend it out. I'm gonna powder the T-zone with the shade Deep from Black Opal. And for under the eye, I'm using a lighter shade. It's the medium shade. I just want the under eye a little brighter. And I just want quite brightening under the eye. So I apply a little more of the medium shade powder. For this look, I'm gonna do the blush first because I just want a little color in the face to get inspired. So this is the shade I'm using from Chanel. Just mainly on the apple of the cheek. For browns, I'm going to use two different items, a brow palette and a pencil from Benefit Cosmetic. What I'm going to do is a brow pencil, mainly from the outer part of the eyebrow, the powder, the inner part. So this way, it's going to make the eyebrow really soft still, not so harsh of the line. Using the small eyeshadow brush, I draw against the natural hair growth. The whole point for me to have a very soft eyebrow. As you can see that the way I keep doing backward like this, and I use the spoolie brush up to see how the hair look. Same way, go a bit more in the back here. And use the spoolie. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Using the pencil on the outer part, create the individual hair strokes. You can do a little more in the front here as well. Thin or thick on the eyebrow, it's really just personal preference. And sometimes you just have to play with the eyebrow to see what really suits the face. It's really hard to give a guide where to start the brows and where not to, because I know in the old days people say you have to start right the corner of the eye, but it doesn't mean it's gonna suit on everyone. So sometimes you have to play with them. I also got this new eyebrow pen from Benefit, and it gives you like individual hair. You can use this, create individual hair on the brow as well if you like. Same way on the other side. So this way, make the eyebrow look a lot more natural. If that's your aesthetic. Some would might more lock in the brow, but for me, I think this look way more softer and more attractive. For the eyes before eyeshadow, I'm also use a little bit of the Tinted eyeshadow primers from Nars. You just use just a little bit to prep the eye. For eyeshadow, I'm using this palette, and these are the two colors I'm using. For the brighter color, I'm using mainly on the crease of the eyelid. And the darker color here, I'm using along the socket line and a little outer area. And what I'm doing more pressing motion into the eye instead just, so this way it will deposit more pigment into the eye. Same on the other eye. Remember that I use a tinted eyeshadow primer that acts as a color, not a color for me as well. So instead using a third color just to blend on the brow bone, you see that is my color for the brow bone. You just press the color into the eye. When you press in the color, you don't have a lot of fall off under the eye, so it doesn't make a mess for you. Using a blending brush, I'm using this color right here. Create a little depth on the outer part, but not too much. I'm just basically create a little bit. This way you have the shape on the shadow, but the bright part is going to be the other color. Again, I go back with the bright color, add a little more intensity. Using the clean brush with no product, close your eye. I'm blending the edges out. You don't need to add anything, just use a clean brush, and this way it helps you to blend the edges out a lot better. Next, I'm using a long wear liner from Urban Decay in black color, and I basically tracing along the upper lash line. Not too high, I just do pretty close to the lash line. Using the blending brush, blend it out, outward and upward. Remember, if you use a long wear pencil, I recommend you do one eye at a time because they dry really fast. You don't have enough time to blend both sides at the same time. Same color, I also gonna use for the waterline, upper and lower as well. Our model is start watering, so just we'll be right back. Now we come back. As you can see, I have to get the water inside the eye out. Really go into the corner of the eye right there. And then same on the outer corner. Use the blending brush, blend it out as well. The outer part of the eyes is really personal preference. You can go further out, or you can stop right where I am. You can just use the blending brush, blend it out, or you can leave a cleaner edges. As you can see, I just blend it out, and that's where I'm gonna stop. But it's up to you how far you wanna bring it out, and just have fun with it. I do the same way on the inner corner. Some people pull all the way down here, but that's where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on the side as well. I know that I mentioned I use two different colors and I use them, but if you don't want to use two colors like I did, you just use the brighter color. It's still so beautiful. I wish I didn't use the other color because it doesn't show much, but as you can see, that's about makeup. You plan something, it doesn't mean you're gonna do exactly like that. Sometimes you just have to play with them. Always curl your lashes. And I'm using a little bit of the volumizing mascara from Chanel. Just one coat is enough. I have a tips for you guys. When you do eyeliner and you smudge it out, and sometimes it starts running a little bit, the best way, you can use a little bit translucent powder, like what I'm using right now, with the Q-tips, and you just blend it out really close to the liner, and you can help to set the liner so much easier, and it helps you to blend a lot better too. If you love the liners more smudgy black liner like this, then enough from there. But I thought maybe I'm gonna use a little bit liquid liner along the lash line to give the eyes even more depth. Right the lash line only. Mostly really close to the lash line. You don't wanna go too far out because that way you will lose all the blending smudging of the liner you have earlier. I usually attract to color more monochrome. Even I use bright color, you see the blush is somewhat in the same family, and it actually looks so much beautiful together. Sometimes you do a bright color here, and if you do bright here, when it's easy to get the color very clash to each other. This way, it's still very complement really well, and even bright color is still very easy in the eyes. I'm gonna use a little bit highlighter from Anastasia, just on the cheekbone and the tips of the nose. I didn't do any contouring earlier, so I'm going to use a little bronzer to warm up the skin even more, and just to shade them a little bit. You can also use a smaller brush and just shading the nose a little bit. I know a lot of people say no one needs contouring, but our talent today, she's gonna feel a little better if I do it for her. The lips I'm gonna use is this color called Electric Poppy from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not gonna use a lip liner for the lip at all. I think it's nice to have a softer edges. I'm gonna keep the edge of the lips really soft. What I'm gonna use is a little concealer brush, and you see what I'm doing. I'm just softening everything out. I don't want a hard edge or a lip liner on top of that at all. I think that sometimes it can look really harsh, especially our girl have really full lips, and I love how soft it is right now. To complete the look, I'm using a little bit hydrating spray from Rare Beauty, so everything melts together. That's the look, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Thank you.